Generally in life as a woman, you need to become your most trusted ally, your most consistent supporter. You need to be able to advocate. You need to learn how to advocate for yourself in life, in your office, and I dare say even in the home, in your family. There is a tendency, especially if you are a stay-home mom or a stay-home wife, there's a tendency that you can get to a point where everything revolves around every other thing in your family but you, where you become this is a conversation that I had one time, and I told my husband that I was feeling like I was the backup plan for everybody. Like if he has to travel, okay, I'm there. If he has to further his studies, I'm there. If he has to do this, I'm there. Like, I'm there. When do I get to like just do me as well? So if you ever get to a point where you feel this way in your marriage, and I think that it happens a lot to to women who are stay-home moms, and that's because that's what I've been for almost 10 years now. So I know what I'm talking about. I know the feeling I'm talking about, and I know what I'm saying when I say you need to learn how to advocate for yourself. You need to be able to communicate your needs. You need to be able to strongly seize the opportunity to do you, right? We'll get into that in this video. Now, the responsibility for the outcome of your life as a woman, it rests on your head. It is your responsibility. You cannot wake up tomorrow. It is not allowed. In fact, I will not support you if you wake up tomorrow and say, oh, I don't love the outcome of my life, and my life happened like this. Life is not happening to you. The moment you begin to say life is happening to you, it's because first, you've not learned how to advocate for yourself, and then second, you are taking comfort in hiding under excuses. Now, do I understand that when you are a stay-home mom or when you are a wife, there's a lot of responsibilities that are on you? But do you agree with me that even your husband has those responsibilities? But then there's something that men are taught, especially in our context in Africa. Men are taught to fight. Men are taught to, there's a statement that my mom used to make, and that statement, when I think about it now, I'm like, this is really a serious conditioning that happens, because I've heard other girls say that, oh, their moms have said that same thing to them, or their aunties or their dads or whoever has said that same statement, which is, for a man, she'll say, oh, you're a man, you cannot be lazing around, you cannot just be there, because a woman will not come and marry you and take care of you. But for a woman, they give you that idea that you're going to have this Prince Charming that is going to come and save you and carry the responsibility of your life on their head. But newsflash, men are raised to fight. They are raised to take care of their interests, to the point where a lot of them, if not careful, they become selfish. Even the good men, even the ones that are God-fearing, they become selfish in their decision makings. That if you as a woman, you do not advocate for yourself, you do not say, this is who I want to become, this is the vision I've seen. And oh, the Bible is very clear. It tells us, he who does not work should not eat. It did not say, oh, if you are married, you can hide under the canopy of your husband's hard work. So all of us are encouraged to be up and doing. All of us are encouraged to have a vision. There is, not even encouraged, all of us should have a vision. There is something, there's a reason why God put you on earth, right? And for a lot of women, it could very well be tied to family. For some people, it could be tied to politics, it could be tied to finances, to the economy, it could be tied to different things. Now, it's your responsibility to be able to find out and to be able to pursue that vision, even in your responsibility as wife and mother. I'm saying this passionately because I have gone through different phases. I've been a stay-home mom for 10 years. This is like the 10th year. Grateful for the opportunity to be able to connect with like-minded people online, so it doesn't make me feel like I'm cramped up in the same location. It gives me exposure. It gives me an opportunity to interact with people from different nations, and it also gives me an opportunity to be able to express my God-given gift, which is me being able to speak and clearly communicate my ideas, and also give me the opportunity to be able to generate income, and I can build on that. Okay, now in this video, I just want to urge us as wives, as women, that we should not leave the job for advocating for ourselves, standing up for ourselves, communicating our dreams and visions. We should not leave that job to our husband. Now, let me tell you something. If you are a woman and you're married to, you would agree with me, let's communicate. You're married to a good man, to somebody who advocates for you, right? In the society, if you have a challenge, your husband stands up for you, he advocates for you. If you have an issue in your workplace, you have an issue with your health, he's advocating for you in the hospital, standing up for you, speaking on your behalf, taking shots on your behalf, like taking being hit by situations and circumstances, like basically being the shock absorber for you, right? If you have a partner like that who does that, I would say to you, and I'm sure you would confirm, that it is difficult to stand up for yourself and advocate for what you want in a circumstance where the person you have to speak back at is your husband. Why? Because you have an image of this man as your advocator, if there is a word like that. You have an image of this man as the person that stands up for you. So it gets to a point where if this is the course you want to take in your life, and maybe at that point in time it doesn't tie with the general family vision, or it doesn't tie with the course that maybe your partner is taking at that point in time, you're going to find it a bit difficult, especially if you're not an outspoken person. You're going to find it difficult to be able to communicate that, oh, this is my vision, this is what I want to be. Because you look at this, where I think for a lot of women, they would even consider it as being unsubmissive. But I filmed a video sometime last year and I said that every time you do not communicate clearly and politely, this is not me encourage you being what's the word, is it dismissive? No, not dismissive. It's not me encouraging you to be impolite or rude in communicating whatever it is you want to communicate. But I said in that video that every time as a woman you do not communicate your visions and your ideas with your partner and try to see how you can bring it on the table, you are doing a disservice to yourself and to your family and to the entire community. So it's very important to know when in your family you need to advocate for yourself. You need to say, okay, at this point I need me time, I need to be able to do this, I need to be able to pursue this, I need to be able to find this, find myself, I need to be able to recenter myself. Because the process of having kids and constantly being there, I am speaking from a place of experience. I have experienced it, and I think I'm actually in another phase where I'm having to really fight for what I want to do, especially when it comes to having time for myself, because of course I have 4 kids. In the next video I'm going to talk about how I found out I was pregnant for my 4th child. I have already given birth at this point. How I found out I was pregnant for my 4th child, and how this experience almost took me away from God. Like I would say I lost faith, like I didn't have faith in God anymore. I'm going to talk about that. But then I was saying earlier, do not leave the job of advocating for yourself to your partner. There are some things that only you can feel. There are some things that only you know where it pinches. Only you know how much you want to achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve as a wife and as a mom. And only you can truly understand the barriers and the limitations that are in front of you, okay? In as much as our children are blessings to us, if we do not know how to find time to work for us, if you do not know how to if you do not know how to say, okay, this time I'm going to use it for me. It's not because every time your children are going to need you. Every time, like if you choose to give yourself like that, every time of the day there's going to be a reason why you should be doing something for this child, or something for that child, or something for your husband, or something for the home. So if you do not seize the opportunity or seize the moments and the hours to be able to invest in you, you are going to become bitter. I filmed a video where I spoke about do not become what was the title of that video? I'll look for it. You should not become a resentful wife. These are things that will cause you to become resentful even towards your children if you do not seize the opportunity or the time to do you, to become, okay? How can you advocate for yourself as a godly wife? There are some things that you have to know to be able to advocate for yourself. One of them is that you have to know what you are entitled to as a married woman. First, marriage is not a prison. It's not a place where you lose your voice. A godly marriage is not a place where you lose your voice. It's not a place where you lose your individuality. It's not a place where you become a shadow of your husband. You honor this man, he's the head of the house and all of that, but it's not a place where you become voiceless. If anything, your voice should be amplified in marriage. The Bible says that one is going to chase 1,000 and two will chase what? 10,000. So your power, your strength as a woman, who you are as a woman, your becoming process should even be made faster in marriage if you are under a true and good headship of a reasonable and responsible husband. You should be uplifted instead. It should not be a place where you lose your voice. So you have to know what you are entitled to. You're entitled to an opinion. Sometimes your opinion might not hold ground. It might not be what is going to be done, but you are entitled to an opinion, and you are entitled to the right to be able to express these opinions respectfully. Okay, you should be able to do that. You are entitled to having an opportunity to grow in whatever direction it is that you were growing towards before you got married. Now, seasons will come in your home where things might slow you down, you might stop, but you are entitled to be given that opportunity. And no, not giving, to seize the opportunity, to ask for it, to advocate for yourself and say, okay, in this season, how can we do this so that I can do this? How can we do this so that I can go further? So if you don't know what you're entitled to, I think a lot of women, especially Christian women, they hide under the guise of submission and they become so unproductive. They lose themselves. They deny themselves a chance to just be an individual. I filmed the video where I said, as a wife, you should not lose your individuality. Whatever it is your partner saw in you before they met you should continue to shine and even grow and even blossom more when in marriage. For you to be able to advocate for yourself as a godly wife, you also have to be able to know what you want to do or what you want to be, and be able to decide to be it and to do it. Okay, you need to know what you want to do and what you want to be, and to decide. It's one thing to know, it's another thing to decide. The deciding part of it is the faith part of it. It's where work meets faith. It's where action meets faith. Okay, if I tell you that I have not had like a straight 4 hours of sleep, but I told myself, I'm going to make this video, I have to make this video because I'm doing this for me. This is me putting in my faith and my action and my decision together to be able to do what it is I know I'm doing for myself. Because if I say, oh, I'm in a postpartum phase, my baby is just 2 weeks old, I can't do this, I won't do this, I'm just going to give myself all to doing everything that I have to do at home and just be there for my child and just breastfeed and not be able to do what makes me happy, what fuels my end, what drives me. 6 months down the line, I'm going to be so inconsistent, and then I'm going to look back and be like, oh my God, it's because I had a baby. So it's like I'm blaming the blessing that God gave me for me being at a level where I am, or me being stagnated on my channel and not doing the thing that God has called me to do. So I have to find a way. Am I saying that I'm not going to rest and I'm not going to listen to my body and be able to know that, okay, at this point, these are my priorities, I'm going to prioritize this? But you get to a point where you know that you have to be able to combine these two things, being a mother and just being you and pursuing the dreams that God has given you. If not, you're going to be at the point of constant standstill. Because when you have children, especially when you have 4 like myself, there's always going to be a child that needs you at some point. There's always going to be something to be done. So how are you going to advocate for yourself and for your own individual growth and personal needs? You have to be able to know what you want to do and be, and then decide, acting by faith, believing that, okay, this is going to be fruitful and productive. You cannot also advocate for yourself if you do not self-educate and self-improve. You have to be able to know, you have to be able to improve on yourself, to be able to advocate for yourself. Okay, you have to be able to understand certain things and to know enough about life to know that time waits for nobody. Okay, time is not going to wait for you. It's not going to be stand still and say, oh, go through the postpartum phase, oh, let your husband finish doing what he's doing in this particular area of his life before you start your own life, oh, let your children graduate from this primary school. No, it's not going to wait for you. And by the time they are achieving that one thing, they will still need to start achieving another thing, so we can all simultaneously work and grow together. Okay, so you have to be informed. If you're not informed about the fact that time is not waiting for you, if you're not informed about the fact that there's never going to be the best time to do what you have to do for yourself as a godly wife, you are going to wait and wait and wait. Another thing I would say is that to be able to advocate for yourself in a godly manner as a godly wife, you need to be able to listen to the vision that God has given to your husband as a head of the family, and to be able to understand where you are going to. Okay, in as much as you are the help me to your partner, you have come to help, you have come to to listen to this vision and say, okay, what can I do, or what can I add, what can we subtract, how can we fine-tune this? You first of all have the responsibility to be able to understand where this person is coming from, where your partner, your husband is coming from, with the ideas they have, with where they want the family to go to. And then from there, you can now begin to advocate for yourself and say, oh no, if we can do it this way, it gives me the opportunity to be able to do. If we can go like this, it gives us the opportunity to be able to grow together, right? To end this video, I'm going to say that you can advocate for yourself as a wife and as a mother in a very peaceful manner, in a very polite manner. You can do it with wisdom, because without wisdom, you can win a battle in the morning and you lose it at night. Ask your grandmother what that means. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to filming our next video, where we are going to be talking about my experience with my fourth pregnancy and how it almost took me away from my faith. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I will see you on the next video. Bye.